Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Lemon Relationship Vibes podcast, where we don't just talk about relationships, we unpack them. I'm your host, Lema. Today's episode is titled, The One Who Stayed Too Long. Let me ask you something. Have you ever stayed in a relationship not because you were happy, but because leaving felt scarier than staying? Have you ever told yourself, it's not that bad, we've built so much, maybe I'm expecting too much? Today's story takes us to Johannesburg. It's about Ava Morgan and Ethan Brooks. And this one might hit deep. Take a breath. Let's begin. Ava met Ethan at university. He was steady, calm, predictable. She was expressive, emotional, visionary. They balanced each other. Or so it seemed. They built routines. Friday takeout nights, Sunday grocery runs, shared rent, shared friends. 8 years. No dramatic fights. But something slowly disappeared. Excitement, curiosity, emotional pursuit. Ava started noticing something. Ethan stopped asking questions. Not, how was your day? But deeper ones. What are you dreaming about lately? Are you happy? Let me pause right here, listeners. When was the last time your partner asked you something that made you think? Not logistics, but depth. One night, Ava sat next to Ethan on the couch. He was scrolling, she was thinking. I think we've changed? Ethan shrugs and says, people change. She wanted more engagement, more emotion, more intentional love. But Ethan believed otherwise. If there's no crisis, we're fine. But comfort can disguise emotional neglect. Ava told her best friend Riley, I don't feel unhappy, I just don't feel alive. That sentence, I don't feel unhappy, I just don't feel alive. How many of you understand that? Let's unpack why Ava stayed. Not love, not passion, fear. Fear of starting over at 32. Explaining a breakup after 8 years. Losing mutual friends. Being alone. Sometimes we stay because the relationship is familiar. And familiar feels safe, even when it's unfulfilling. Ethan wasn't cruel, he just wasn't evolving. And Ava kept shrinking to maintain peace. Let me ask you something. Have you ever dimmed your needs so you wouldn't seem difficult? One afternoon, Ava met Noah Carter at a leadership workshop. Not romantic, just conversation. But for the first time in years, someone asked her, what excites you lately? She almost cried. Because she didn't remember the last time someone asked that. Nothing inappropriate happened, but something awakened. Not attraction, awareness. She went home and looked at Ethan differently. She realized she wasn't asking for too much. She was asking the wrong person. That realization, that's heavy. Ava finally spoke. I don't feel emotionally chosen anymore. I'm here, aren't I? But presence is not pursuit. Commitment is not connection. Ava continued, I feel like we're roommates with history. That hurt, but it was honest. Ethan asked, so what are you saying? And I told him. And this is the moment many people avoid. Ava said, I don't know if staying is loving anymore. Let that breathe. They tried. Date nights, intentional talks, temporary effort, but you cannot force evolution. 3 months later, Ava made the hardest decision of her life. She left. No cheating, no screaming, just truth. She chose growth over comfort. And Ethan? He finally realized comfort had made him complacent. Sometimes you don't lose someone because you were bad. You lose them because you stopped growing. A year later, Ava is single, but alive, traveling, expanding, rediscovering herself. Ethan is in therapy, learning emotional intelligence. Let me ask you something before we close. Are you staying because you're loved or because you're afraid? Are you watering something that can grow or holding on to something that's already dried? Comfort is not compatibility. History is not destiny, and staying is not always strength. Sometimes leaving is. If this episode touched you, share it. Send it to someone who might need courage. Comment your thoughts. Subscribe to Lemon Relationship Vibes podcast. I'm Lema, and until next time, choose relationships where you feel alive.